welcome you all. So let's have a minute of silence, then we'll start our class. Let's close our eyes. Oh, okay. So I will begin with what we did yesterday. Yesterday, so I just want to correlate that. Yesterday we talked about how the sutra parampara has came across and what was the reason and what was the need of sutra parampara, and then what is sutra, which and what kind of sutras we have. I mean, what Panini says in his Ashtadhyayi, and then how these beautiful sutras is working in our tradition. And I've given you beautiful example of Brahma Sutra and Maheshwara Sutra to make you understand that they work not only in Yoga Darshan, they work in Darshan, Vyakaran, they work in almost every tradition we have in Sanskrit. Then there was a very beautiful talk which was on how and why Patanjali kept the padas the way they are. I mean, why the Samadhi pada is, at first number, why after Samadhi we have Sadhana pada, and then why we have Vibhuti pada, and why we have Kaivalya pada. And again, what if sadhana pad is our first pada, or what if uh, Patanjali might kept third pada as in first? So these discussions, I mean, I believe that it has given you broad idea that how Sutra Parampara work as in their chapter sense. It's not only about the sutras itself, it is also about that, the way they the way they put their padas or adhyaya or lessons. There must be one reason. So yesterday we have great talk about that, why the padas is, what was the system and what was the reason behind that system. Today we are going to see the entire Yoga Sutra. I'll try to take as much as possible in 1 hour, that why the Sutra Parampara and the Sutra system in Yoga Sutra, it is in the way they are. So for that, I would want to share my screen with. I'm going to show you this book first of all, and then in like after half an hour, I'm going to show you only sutra, so that you can see that only 20 sutras are basically Sangya Sutra, or the most powerful sutras on which this text is based upon. Also, one participant was asking yesterday that what is Atidesha Sutra, or can we count Ishwar Pranidhan, or the system in Atidesha. The thing is that in Yoga Sutra or any Sutra Sahitya, they write the information into short words, and then they try not to repeat without any reason. If they're repeating a sutra, or if they're repeating any information, there must be a reason. Plus, they put sutra in a way so that a learner is continuously stimulated. So let's see that how these systems stimulate us. So our first question was that what is yoga, which starts from yogas. The answer is yoga chitta vritti nirodha. For sure, I'm not going to teach here Yoga Sutra. I am only here to, today we are only talking about the system, that how this parampara does work. So our answer was that, what is yoga? So yoga is something which actually restrain our mind, or which actually control our vrittis, or modification of our mind. But then the sudden next question comes let's say if you're reading as a student and we have two sutras, and I am the teacher and you are my student, and I'm teaching you about yoga, and I've taught you that yoga chitta vritti nirodha, then your next question might be, uh, once I will explain what is yoga, and then I'll explain what is nirodha. Your next question will be, what is vritti? Because they're talking about that in yoga you have to control, or you have to, relax, or you have to dissolve something. You have to kill something. This is going to be happen. I mean, you guys need to take care of it fast, because yeah. So the next answer of that question, if you will see, it is tada drishtu swarupe avasthanam. So what I've said, that if somebody will teaching yoga chitta vritti nirodha, the answer will be, what is yoga? What happened in yoga? So in yoga, the drishtu, the seeker, the atman, the jiva, the purush comes into his real form. The real form is without sattva, rajas, tamas. The real form does not have any variation of indriyas. The real form is free from anything which is related to our senses, means the picture, means the sound, means the desire of getting something, means the emotions, right? So if Patanjali is talking about yoga, and somebody has a siddha in yoga, what happened? So he's telling outcome in our third sutra, that if somebody is yogi, so he is actually in his swarupa, he is actually in his actual rupa, actual self, which is without any gunas. I think in some class in one class I've briefly explained that what is gunas and how they work. So that person will be free from gunas. And my friends, when Patanjali says that seeker or drishta will come back to his swarup, it does not mean that he'll not eat. So it does not happen that a yogi is not eating, he's not drinking, he's not laughing, he's not enjoying his life. The only thing that he's in his atma bhava, he's happy whatever he has, and he's satisfied. The satisfaction, whatever you have, is the key of a yogi or his chitta. But then the sudden next question comes: how we will understand that our yoga is not siddha? Or the next question can be, how can I tell that I haven't attained yoga yet? Or how I'll say that this person does not know that he's yogi? Now you think, if you'll meet somebody and that person is claiming that I'm yogi, how you will understand that he's yogi? So just serve him anything good for his senses or her senses. And if that person is in his control, you can say that even a smart person can depict that. But I don't think so that a smart person can depict in every senses. There are always some loophole for humans in that they just get stuck. In fourth sutra, Patanjali is saying that, what happened when a person is not in yoga, or what happened when a person is not in samadhi or in his real swarupa. When I'm saying person, means the soul. Soul is not in its real sense. Then that person is in his vritti. Then the person is part of his mental modification. Look, he started with yoga. Then he said that what happened, how the yoga siddha. And then another genuine question, that who is not yogi? If I'm not yogi, how I'll know that my yoga is not siddha? So Patanjali is immediately saying that if your chitta is following your vrittis, if your mind is following the modification of your brain or your mind or your desires, that is the showcase that you are not in the yogi form. So as a student, I would want to know that what is vritti. My next question will be, what is vritti? Because you're continuously talking about the modification of mind, or the trading of mind. But then I would want to know that what is trading of the mind. Then Patanjali says in fifth sutra, you see this beauty, and you're going to see this in entire sutra granthas. If you talk about Yoga Sutra, Brahma Sutra, in any text which is sutra text, It is like this. I mean, they bound you like you keep asking the question, and if you feel bored, they give you some outcome. They give you some, treat. They give you something very interesting. So Sutra Sahityakar, as in Patanjali or anybody who is Acharya created Sutra Parampara, they made sure that you are interested in the text, and you are keep asking, you are asking that what will happen after that. So if you will see in fifth sutra, he's saying that we have five vrittis, vrittaya panchataya. He's not saying that these vrittis we have. This is the smartness of Sutrakar, that he creates more interest into the text. He's not answering straight that what is vritti. He could have said that pramana viparya vikalpa nidra smriti, these are five vritti. He could have said this easily, but he's saying that vrittaya panchataya, they are five. And why is saying five? So that another smart acharya will not add one more. So panchataya is really important. That's how he's actually concluding all the vyapar of mind which happen through our chitta, through our mind. And also he's saying this, these can be good and these can be bad. If I will explain you that how these vrittis are good or how it is bad, then it will be the part of explanation of Yoga Sutra, which I am not doing right now. So it is saying that vritti can be good or it can be bad also. And then you see, in sixth sutra, in seventh sutra, I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to tell you that he started vrittaya, panchataya, klishta, klishta, and then from fifth sutra, if you will see continuously in our sixth, seventh, and then eighth, and then nine, and then 10, he's only talking about these five vrittis. So a learner is, if somebody is curious, wants to understand that what is our vyapar, what is the modulation of the mind, that person will keep reading it without failing, because otherwise his head will be, we always want to know what happened next, what will happen in the movie. One more thing. Before going further, I would want to tell you one beautiful thing. The beautiful thing is that if you will see the sutra, which was Drishtu Avasthane, I would want to, because I cannot stop myself to explain this beautiful sutra, which is saying that, how you feel when you're yogi. It says that Tada Drishtu Swarupe Avasthanam. So when you get yoga, when you get samadhi, you feel your chit, you feel your Purusha Tattva. But the question is that how you will feel your Purusha Tattva. So I will request you all to close your eyes for 1 minute, and you chant Om with me 5 times and try to focus on Om. And then I'm going to explain you that how he generate the curiosity in the seeker or learner. So let's do it fast so that we can also understand that how Sutra Parampara works, especially Yoga Sutra as in a practical subject. Let's close our eyes for 1 minute. Make sure your body is relaxed. Eyes and eyebrows and shoulders, everything is relaxed. Breathe in and out 3 times. Now let's chant Om 5 times. Keep your eyes closed. and try to understand what's happening in your brain. Breathe in and out. Gently open your eyes. So, as in, if I'll talk about my experiences, my mind was that whether I'm counting five or not, like I'm chanting 5 times Om or not. That was first observation I did about myself. The second observation, I could feel the light in front of my face, and because of that light, I could feel light in between my eyebrows because I'm habituated to do meditations and all. Third, I was just thinking that what I'm going to ask them. So that is clear that I am not that yogi. I haven't attained samadhi. If you will ask yourself, I really don't know how many of you could have, they could focus in Om. So if, let's say, some of us, one of us is yogi, let's say, that person definitely can feel that Om, and not only feeling, that person become Om while he's or she's chanting Om. I'll give you a fine example how it can happen or how it happens. When you watch a movie, a beautiful cinema, when an actor, if they're making romance, you smile. I don't know why you're smiling while you're watching them, right? Because you are neither that actor or not that actress. Because your chitta, it's conjoined with the Vishaya. That's why you smile, because you forget yourself, your position. Uh, this is the beauty of chitta, that it is exactly like mirror or money, where your mind actually resembles what the Vishaya is. But if a person is yogi, or if he has attained tada drishtu sarupe avastanam, it means that person can only feel Om, and that person will be Swarupa Shunya Mimeva. That person will be Shunya, his own Swarup, like his body, his name, his background will be Shunya, and he's only the Om or the Ishwar Pranidhan, or anything where he's trying to focus. It happens in Sampragyat Samadhi. A Sampragyat Samadhi is different. I'm not going to extend it further. I'm just going back to the parampara. Why I've took this important time to teach or tell you this, because when in Sutra parampara, when sutras has been taught in Gurukul, what happened? Shishyas, when they were there, I mean, Acharya made sure that Shishya is continuously curious. So Acharya, he put some kind of situations so that a shishya or student can correlate with the subject, so that memory. So for the memorization, it will be easy for anybody if a person is connecting with its personal experiences. Now, 11th sutra is about smriti, and now the beauty of sutra parampara. The immediate next question is, you have told us vritti, but how are we going to control them? Because you haven't told us yet that how we are going to control these vritti. Immediately Patanjali is creating this beautiful sutra which is saying abhyasa vairagyabhyam tan nirodha. You can control these vritti by practice. Abhyasa is practice, and then vairagya, which is non-attachment. Now, for a layman, for a small student, for a beginner, for somebody who's seeker, they want to know that what is abhyas or what is vairagya. So from here to the let's say to the 17th sutra, from 12th, I'm not going to read all of the sutras. I'm just going to tell you here that how it is going to work. So you see, this is all about abhyas and vairagya. 15 is all about this is all about abhyas and vairagya. Here he's saying that what is paravairagya, and then paravairagya is like extreme non-attachment, and aparavairagya is non-attachment. This is higher level of non-attachment, 16th sutra. And with that, if somebody is experiencing or practicing paravairagya, which is extreme non-attachment, and extreme non-attachment is related to guna, not about the senses, not about the world. It is directly related to guna, and guna is a part of prakriti, which is metaphysics. He's talking about metaphysics here. And then immediately he's talking about that if you can do non-attachment, extreme non-attachment, then you can get sampragyata samadhi. What you will get, this is perk. He's putting perk with the intention that student wants to know that what is sampragyat. So he said that vitarka, vichara, ananda, asmita, rupanugama, sampragyatah. He only used one word, sampragyat. Samyak rupena gyayate tatra yatra sampragyata samadhi. Where you know the vishay clearly. I mean, let's say if I'm focusing on Om, if I know Om clearly, then it is, I am knowing the Om clearly means I've become Om. I've become water, I've become sun, I've become sound, I've become what my senses are. I've become that. That is called Sampragyat Samadhi, where you have one tattva on which you put your chitta. So Sampragyat is a technical word of Sanskrit also, because it has some upsarga, right? It has pra upsarga, it has gya dhatu, it has ta pratyaya. So this word altogether has long explanation to give. Patanjali, because if somebody is reading Yoga Sutra, I'm talking about really back, he must be having the knowledge of Sanskrit, because you cannot read Sutra Sahitya or any poetry prose written and created in Sanskrit unless you don't know the grammar, right? Guru can explain you the fundamental philosophy of sutras. Plus, he must be telling you the grammatical part. But the Guru is not teaching you while he was teaching sutras, as in even Yoga Sutra. These are very mature text of yoga philosophy. It is very mature text of yoga philosophy. So, he has pointed out that what is vitarka, what is vichar, what is ananda smita, and what is these samadhi and anugamat. Your chitta is actually following vitarka, vichar, and ananda smita. Now the immediate question: what is vitar? What is vichar? I would want to know ananda smita. I want to know each stage of these sampragyat samadhi. See, this is the beauty of this sutra sahitya, that now you want to understand what is sampragyat samadhi. But with that, Patanjali is also, because he knows this text is not only for sampragyat yogi. It is not. See, this Yoga Sutra Patanjali has created for three kind of seekers. One who is very very common layman. I mean, who has ashuddhi in his mind. Second, who has kleshas in his chitta. And third, who is above than kleshas, who's almost on sampragyat samadhi. So now he's immediately talking about sampragyat samadhi also in 18th sutra. You will see virama pratyabhyasa purva sanskara shesho anya. There is another samadhi, and this another samadhi is basically a sampragyat samadhi, where all sanskaras are stopped. It gets dissolved. So one beautiful and special thing in Yoga Darshan, they don't say that our guna can be, we can kill, or we can finish our gun, or we can kill our chitta, or we can stop our chitta completely. They always use a term called lay, which means dissolve. So they always says that the vrittis, the modification of our mind can only be dissolved. They cannot be end. This is actually true, because no matter what, if you're practicing a lot, like we will not eat rasgullas, we will not do that. There are some day in our life that we feel like doing. Feel like doing is in our mind, manasa, vachasa, karmana, by our actions, by our talking, or by our mind. If we are doing something, we are doing. So this is about 18th sutra. Now, he has actually mentioned very big sutra about asampragyat samadhi, and if you see 19, it is related to asampragyat samadhi also. He could have actually explained sampragyat samadhi, but he definitely thought, I should tell sampragyat samadhi first. If I will tell them about some sampragyat samadhi, which is like, you're focusing your mind on object, and then you're becoming one object, which is sampragyat. If I'm doing that, and if I'm not telling asampragyat, which is higher, maybe it is possible that a learner or seeker will satisfy till sampragyat. he might not feel like going to upper. So he thought, no, let me explain the asampragyat first. So he's saying that what happened if in asampragyat your mind or your chitta is attached to something. So your chitta is actually in prakriti. It has very long explanation. I'm extremely sorry if I will go into bhavapratya videha prakriti layanam. It will take half an hour in the explanation. I'm just in very short. He's talking about asampragyata samadhi. 20th sutra is also related to asampragyata samadhi. How uttam yogi can get asampragyata samadhi. For that, he's saying Shraddha, Virya, Smriti, Samadhi, Pragya, Purvak, Itaresham. Itaresham, somebody who has already attained the Sampragya, the second higher Samadhi. And then if a person is practicing them, fast, then Tibra Samveganam Asana. This is all related to Sampragyata Samadhi. And then my friend, he told us that, we have the higher Samadhi is called Asampragyata Samadhi. But then you can attain it from, you might be hearing it, or, you might be thinking it is, I mean, if you don't know the subject and if you're a young student, you might be thinking that Asampragyata Samadhi is very difficult for the small person. And for that, he's giving you remedy. The remedy is Ishvara Pranidhanatva. We can also attain this Asampragya, the bigger Samadhi, by devotion to Ishvara. And with that, he's explaining Ishvara also. He's not leaving any doubt, because Sutra is something which there is no doubt. You can see there is no doubt. I don't know what is Ishvara. Let's say if a student is saying that I don't know what is Ishvara, which Ishvara you're talking about? He's saying such a beautiful explanation he's giving, that klesha, karma, vipaka, ashai, aparamrishtah, purusha vishesha, Ishvara. That Atma is Ishvara, who is beyond, who is beyond kleshas, who is beyond by actions, who is beyond by desires. That Atma, that special Atma is Ishvara, and you have to be like that. So our chitta actually resemble the knowledge or the subject or object. That is why Patanjali has given this option for somebody who is very emotional, cannot go to Jnana Yoga, because earlier he's saying this is a part of Jnana Yoga, but when we see devotion, when we see this sutra, 23 sutra, it is about Bhakti Yoga. He's giving us one beautiful alternative that you can follow Bhakti Yoga also, you can attain the Asampragyata Samadhi. So now he's talking about Ishvara. 25 is about Ishvara. 26 is about Ishvara. 27 is about Ishvara. You keep reading about Ishvara because you want to know everything about Ishvara, isn't it? Now, 28 is also about Ishvara. Now I'm done with Ishvara. It is too much. I've got it, what you're saying. Then Patanjali thought that, no, I need to tell them that what this Bhakti Yoga does. So what it does, it tatah pratyak chetanadhigamo api antaraya bhavascha. It also clean, or it also destruct any obstacle. We also call them these antaraya as in mal of our chitta, or dirt of our mind. So here he smartly put it this word antaraya. Now you know what is pratyeka chetan. Going back to your consciousness is pratyeka chetan. But we don't know what is antaraya. It is a technical word. Now we want to know this too. Here in 30th sutra, if you will see, it is Adhisthana. He has given these 9 antaraya plus these 9 antarayas. If you will see, he has also added 5 more vikshepa saha bhuva, which is part of these antarayas only. These antarayas are actually the problems of mind or chitta, which does not allow us to attain samadhi, or which does not allow to relax our mind. And he's saying this, that you can get rid of it if you are following Bhakti Yoga, right? And then after this, let's say if you have these antaraya, what you can do is, like, I don't want to do Bhakti Yoga. This is difficult for me to focus in pranava, om, because tasya vachaka pranava. So the indicator word of that God is om. Pranav is om, right? I cannot do it. I cannot chant om, 3 hours, and I cannot focus. He's saying eka tattva pratishedhartham eka tattva abhyasam. He's giving more option to control your mind and to attain that asampragyat samadhi. Then 33, our favorite sutra. We have had beautiful talk, and Hello My Yoga has given me great opportunity to present this subject in front of you all. So he's giving we have like entire lecture over it that he has given us. Patanjali has given us many options that how we can actually control our minds. These all are chitta prasadhan, how we can actually make our mind relax. He's just giving you examples. So we'll keep reading because we want to understand that what are the chitta, how can we relax our mind. Now we know that how we can relax our mind in 40 sutra. It is the sutra is talking about the outcome. Outcome of what? The remedy Patanjali has given you, the Aadhar, the ways Patanjali has given you, that how you can actually focus on these any of remedy. He's telling the outcome here in 40th sutra, so that we will not be bored. So that and he just changed topic like this. I mean, if you will see, I am not putting even effort to see my notes. I'm not putting any effort to even think that what I'm talking, because the system of these sutras are so compact that I easily can see that why this is there, why this is there, what was the reason. So the outcome is that if a yogi is focusing his chitta, or if he's doing chitta prasadanam, he will get what he will get. He will get Vashikara Sangya. If you see this Paramanu Param Mahatvanto Asya Vashikara. Vashikara is a power where a person's mind can control on the 24th tattva. So in Sankhya Darshan we have 24 tattvas, and a person who's focusing on these given the remedies, a person can control from Paramanu to Param Mahatva. The person's chitta, the yogi's chitta, the speaker's chitta can control it, and this power, you call it Vashikara Sangya, right? So now we are really happy to know that okay, fine, it is nice. But then Patanjali thought, oh, I need to tell them Sampragyat Samadhi also, because it's sometime, no, not sometime, most of the time, my friends, what happened, most of the people, you and me, we are very simple people. So we start doing yoga from very base. We start practicing yoga from very base, right? So if we start from base, there is a system. Our consciousness follow a system. We directly cannot go to higher samadhi. So Patanjali understands it. He understands it. So for that, he has given us 41 sutra, which is actually talking that what happened in Sampragyata Samadhi, which I'm not going to tell you, because then I don't think so that I'll be able to take care of every part of it. So the 41 Sutra is all about, Sampragyata Samadhi, which was where we are focusing on any object and our chitta become that object. And for that, he used the word Mani, Mane, Grahitra, Grahana, Grahyeshu. And then if you see, if you can understand little Sanskrit, Sthita Anjanata Samapatti, it just became like the object. It in Sampragyat Samadhi, your mind become as in crystal. So if you will put a blue colored paper in front of crystal, your mind will be blue. If your mind is crystal, right? So our mind become in Sampragyata Samadhi like that. And then he's talking about Sampragyat Samadhi in 42, in 43, in 44, in 44 he's talking about how Savitarka and Savichara Nirvichara Samadhi does work, and then he's talking about Sabija Samadhi, and then he's talking about Nirvichara. He's still talking about Sampragyat Samadhi till even we are going to see that this is like till 49. 48 Sutra actually gives you the outcome, the perk of being on path called Sampragyata Samadhi. You get Ritambhara Pragya. Ritambhara, Rit word has meaning. It means truth. So the knowledge which can actually show the actual truth. And the actual truth is not bound by the society, the culture, the time, by the people, by the thought. It is eternal. It is free from any pre-perception. So yogi get Ritambara Pragya when he is focusing or when he is attaining, Nirvichara Samadhi. Now you see, this is beautiful. Patanjali is saying you are only doing the Savichara and Nirvichara Samadhi. So one was Vitarka and then another was Vichara. Vitarka, Vichara. And after the part of Vichara Samadhi, which is Nirvichara Samadhi, which is without any reasoning, when you are able to focus, when you don't, what is that? I'm just trying to make you understand that what is Nirvichara. Let's say, if I am focusing on Om, I am not thinking that I have, what is Om? What will happen if I will focus on Om? What is the meaning of Om? Where it will take me? How many Om I have chanted? Is my breath is all right? Am I going to connect to the God? Can I see the God? No, I can't. This does not happen when you reach up to Nirvichara Samadhi. I had a very beautiful talk in the past, which was only about Samadhi and what happened in which Samadhi. So I remember that was very beautiful talk. I mean, I did on some other platform. I don't remember the platform name right now. Now, Ritambara Pragya, you get this beautiful filled with truth Pragya. And what happened with this Pragya, 49th Sutra is talking about Ritambara Pragya only. And then if you will see, it is 50th Sutra is also about Ritambara Pragya. And now Patanjali thought that if somebody will get Ritambara Pragya, what will happen if you will know the eternal truth? If I'll ask the same question to you, that what will happen if you know the reality? Let's say, I'm giving you a beautiful example. We meet somebody, right? And we don't have pre-perception about that person. We like that person. We don't even judge his nature or character or anything, the way he or she wears or talk. We like everything about that person. We fall for that person. We fall madly for that person. And after a year or 6 months or 2 years or 10 years, we break up. We badly break up. Let's say if we know that this person is going to give us pain, do you think any of us is going to fall in love? We'll be not able to fall in love with that person because the knowledge, the truth, the rita will stop our mind that this is going to give you pain. And when a person can control on his diet, when a person can control on his content, when a person can control on his thought, he is on yogic path. Even if he's not reading Yoga Sutra, even if he's not following the old text, it means his karma sanskaras, his the bunch of his older karmas is working. So without even reading anything, that person can actually control his senses. And we see this thing, we especially see these things in somebody who does not believe in any tradition. I've seen many people who don't believe in any tradition, but they're the best people on this earth. They don't do bad thing. They don't hurt anybody because these sanskaras are these sanskara is part of this chitta. Because if we are not mukta purush, if we are baddha purush, if we are in the samsara, if we haven't burnt our karmas, then we are going to reborn with these karmas, sanskaras, not with these karmas, with the sanskaras. Sanskara is actually essence of our good deeds or of our bad deeds. So in 51st Sutra, you see that tasyapi nirodhe, if the Ritambara Pragya, if the truth, it will be free from that truth or free from that Ritambara Pragya, if Sarva Nirodha, like if everything will restrain, if everything will Nirodha, if everything will dissolve, then Niravija Samadhi, then there will be Asampragyata Samadhi, because there will be no seed for us or for our mind to sit on and to start our chitta's modification again and again, because it is loopholes. It is all about first pada. I'm going to explain you second pada in the same way. Do you have any questions related to first pada? And I would want to know that how it is going. We only have 15 minutes. I've told you, Shivani ji, that it is a kind of subject that I cannot stop telling and then it's not going to finish in 1 hour. Do you have anything related to this? Because then I'm going to jump into second and let's see how time allows us. anything you're feeling about. You can also express your feelings. I will be happy to know that, how you're feeling when you're seeing these sutras and when you're seeing the system. The system is created long back before. Isn't it? It is beautiful. It is still compact. How are you feeling about it? I would want to know your feeling. Yes.
Hi, Sangeeta ji. Thank you
Hi.
for the wonderful lecture yesterday and today as well. I'm actually, like thoroughly enjoying it, even though I'm not following everything because I'm a noob. I haven't studied any of this before. But what is striking is the structure and it's like so process driven that it makes the word like process driven no longer like a new thing. It was a very old thing in the country, and that's really amazing.
Thank you so much. I can see one question. The thing is that I would want to do with this whole process, the whole understanding. We have to go with second path, the third path, and fourth path, and going like I don't think I can finish it in 15 minutes, Shivani ji, because then I cannot do justice with the subject, and then you will feel unsatisfied, and I don't want to do that, right? Uh, I've already starting. I mean, I saw one question. Let me just try to see second part also, so that you can also understand. I I don't think I can do it third and fourth today, because let's see that how he makes us jump into second part and see his smartness. Acharya is most diplomatic, smart human being. I think Acharya has power to bound your chitta. So let's see. Oh, this is for if I could have finished the whole, then this. Acha, this I can you cannot see. I'm so sorry. I was just showing you another one. Can you see the screen? Can
Yes, we
anybody
can.
confirm if
Yes,
it's
yes, we
okay?
can.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So you see, now a yogi know that what is asampragyata samadhi. As a student, I will think, okay, samadhi path is done. I know what is samadhi. I know that what kind of samadhi we have, but I don't think so that I am the uttama seeker. I don't think so that, because, I've told you that in first pada, Patanjali is talking about somebody who has already attained the Sampragyat Samadhi, the lower Sampragyat Samadhi, the higher is Asampragyat Samadhi. But for a layman like you and me, we are not even Sampragyat. We does not know any about anything. Patanjali knows it because he's writing it for seekers, for students. So immediately in second, if you see in second pada, he starts with sadhana, tools. So the first sutra, in which he's telling the first tool, is actually Kriya Yoga. He's talking about tapa, swadhyaya, ishvara pranidhanani, Kriya Yoga. These are the tools. So I can think, yeah, I mean, I can see these tools that, if you are studying text related to samadhi or moksha, if you are doing tapa, if you're devoted to God, it will call Kriya Yoga. But then what we have to do with this Kriya Yoga? See, this is the smartness of Acharya. He said, Samadhi Bhavanartha. You will get Samadhi. You will get Samadhi. This is the beauty. Uh, the cushion, before we will think, I mean, the text is being created. We are sitting here. We are reading something which is created. And Acharya has created something. He knows that, you and me are going to ask him that, okay, fine, we understand that what is Kriya Yoga, but what we will do with this tool, what will we do with this Kriya Yoga? He said, it will be for Samadhi, Baba. It will be for Samadhi Bhavanartha. You will practice it for Samadhi. And when we go to Vyasa Bhashya, when we'll follow the detailed explanation called Bhashya, here the Samadhi means Sampragyata Samadhi, not a Sampragyata Samadhi. This only you can understand if you have uh, go through from Bhashya or Tika or Vrittis. Otherwise, you will be not able to understand. You might think that Patanjali has given us Kriya Yoga for the higher Samadhi. It is not for the the higher Samadhi. It is for the Sampragyat one. Because why? I can tell you why. Klesha tanu karanarthancha. Klesha tanu karanarthancha. Klesh, like, there is a technical term, klesh. Now he put it one seed in our mind again. Again, that Acharya is playing with our mind. He has put it a technical word which we want to know. What is klesh? And then tanu is like, you're making it minimize, you're making small, or you are dissolving it. Karanartham. Karanarth is like for doing. So something, this samadhi, this kriya yoga is for, minimizing the klesha. Now, my friends, we have another question. The another question is, what is klesha? He's saying immediately, avidya, asmita, rag, dvesha, vinivesha, klesha. See, he's not taking another sutra because he does not want to kill our curiosity or our excitement. And he must be aware, I'm sure, his Atman must be, must be smiling at us that, they are understanding why I have created this sutra text for. And now another question. He has explained that what is avidya, smita, raga, dvesha, vinivesh. Now this sutra number 4, sutra number 5. I'm not going to explain you this. Sutra number 6, sutra number 7, sutra number 8, sutra number 9 is entirely related to these kleshas. We have 5 kleshas. So it is in these sutras, Patanjali is only explaining our 5 kleshas, nothing else. And if we'll read them, one sutra will, I think it demand around 20 minutes to explain even each one sutra. Because when we explain a sutra, we actually take help from Vyasa Bhashya, we take help from Bhojavritti. So that's how we do it. 10th sutra, te prati prasava heya sukshma. It is telling the outcome, that what we should do with these 5 kleshas. They should be rejected. They should be, dissolved. So this is Patanjali saying, and how we are going to do that? By meditation. Dhyana heya sadavrittaya. It can be only, minimized by dhyan. So it is related to kleshas only. Now, in 12th sutra, we know now kleshas. The next question in our mind, what is the reason behind them? I mean, why I am going to go through from these avidya, smita, raga, dvesha, vinivesh, which are 5 kleshas. Then Patanjali is saying that kleshas mool. The kleshas reasons. There are the reasons so that you go through these kleshas, and the reason is karma shaya. The karma you do. The bulk of karma you do, not only in this birth, drishta, in this birth, adrishta, the birth we are not aware of, janma vedaniya. So, Patanjali is saying that the bulk of karmas, which is from our past karma and from our present karma, this is bulk. The bulk is the main cause of of these kleshas. Now, I will go further. We see in Sutra number 13, Patanjali is only talking about those karmas, that how they work in our kleshas, asmita and, avidya, asmita and all. And in 14th Sutra, he's still talking about these karmas, that how these karmas, they work. And if you will see, it is still talking about these karmas in 15th Sutra, that these karmas are basically, if somebody will say, okay, I did good deeds. I'm telling you the sutra, why it is here. So somebody is saying, Guruji, I did good deeds, I did bad deeds. So I don't think so that I'm going to get everything bad. So this avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, vinivesh, these 5 kleshas might be helpful for me. Ashishya will ask. Guru will say, no. Dukkham eva sarvam. Dukkham eva sarvam. Everything is pain. Everything which you are gaining by, getting by, if you talk about, if you talk about avidya, if you talk about asmita, if you talk about rag, attachment, rag is attachment. If you talk about dvesh is, jealousy, it will be painful. Dukkham eva sarvam. This is very beautiful sutra. When I get chance to explain this, I explain it with too many examples, because, I can actually prove everything is with the dukkha. through this sutra only. And that's how Buddha, in Buddha tradition, there is a very beautiful concept called the world is with dukkha, the world is with sorrow, because Bhagavan Buddha has said that the world is with dukkha, then he started his philosophy. So the world is with sorrow. This sutra is actually explaining that even if you are getting good deed and good outcome out of your good deed, everything is pain. So I'm not going to explain you that how everything is painful. But then in 16th sutra, now we are sad. Why we are sad? We are sad because our guru said that everything is dukkha. So eating chocolate will be painful. Watching good movies will be painful. What should I do? And let's say if I am in yogic path, how can I get rid of those dukkha? So Guruji's Acharya is especially saying that heyam dukkham anagatam. You can actually avoid these dukkha, but these dukkha, you can only avoid those dukkha who is anagatam. Na agatam iti anagatam. It has nay tatpurush, which is saying dukkha which is not here yet, dukkha which is not in our present, dukkha which is in our future. So you might cannot, if you know that, if you have ritambhara pragya, let's say, and if you know that meeting that person and if you fall in love with that person might cause you pain because you are an over emotional human being, right? Like me. Over emotional human being has tendency to connect with people like anything, and they get hurt easily. So now Patanjali is telling me and you, my friend, whoever is extremely emotional human being, saying that you can get rid of this. You can actually control these dukkha, which is not still here. You can say that guy, okay, fine, I like you. You can say that girl that I like you, but then I have this certain nature. I don't want to get hurt. You can be more wiseful while you are establishing your relationship with anybody. We need to remember this, that Patanjali Yoga Sutra is not only philosophical text, it is also psychological text, and it's been proven. We have numerous of sutras which is actually telling us about our mind, about our behavior. And my friends, if I'll continue, it is like this. Like if you see in 17th sutra, he said that heyam dukkham anagatam, you can actually stop or you can actually avoid the dukkha which is in the future. But the next question is that why this dukkha is here? What is the reason behind that dukkha? Why this dukkha? Then he is saying the hetu. You see in 17th sutra, the word is hetu, means the reason. The reason behind this dukkha is the sanyoga. Sanyoga is like, conjunction, junction of drishta and drishya. Who is drishta? Drishta is atma. Who is drishya? Drishya is prakriti. So when you think, when my atma thinks that my sense is the reality, when my atma thinks that my ear is the reality and subject related to my ear is the reality, the problem starts, right? So he's saying that this is the problem when our atma thinks that the prakriti is us. So in 17th sutra, he's explaining that what is the reason behind this dukkha. And now here he is explaining what is prakriti, because it is important. Students will ask that what is drishta, what is prakriti, what you're talking about prakriti, are you talking about trees or you're talking about the trees? Trees are harmful for us. So here he is explaining that what is prakriti. He's talking about three gunas and the prakriti, from which Sankhya Darshan and Yoga Darshan believes that we came out from. Now, if we see the 19th sutra, it is talking about prakriti only. And then if we talk about 20th sutra, is talking about drishta. Drishi matra shuddho api pratyānupashyah. Something, somebody who is pure consciousness is actually drishta. So now, if you can see, in 21st sutra, he's saying that, why this drishta and drishya, what happened in the nature, why we get connected, what is the reason, why we connect, what is the reason behind this connection, and what happens when yogi attain the samadhi. This sutra is telling us that what happens if we get samadhi, or when we know our pure consciousness. And then if you'll go on 23 sutra, if you see uh, uh, sutra number 24, it is talking about the cause behind avidya, the cause behind kleshas, and the when it is also saying the cause behind our karma, why we do that, why we feel sad, why we are jealous, because of avidya. For that, we must need to understand what is avidya. So that's how it is we have the entire tradition. And what I see, that if I'll go till the end, I would want to show you. I can't finish it properly full because the time does not allow me, but I'm going to show you beautiful things. Just give me a minute. Okay. You have to unmute me while I will share my another screen. Shivani ji, you have to unmute me again. Give me a minute.
Sure. We are here.
My chashma, I cannot see, it's not chota. Okay, fine. Now, see, now I'm just going to show you a beautiful, beautiful thing. So these red sutras are the basic sutras, which is actually playing and which are basically base of the sutra text. Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha, I'm going to show you little fast, okay? Then the Abhyasa Vairagya Nirodha. You see, we have very less sutras. If we remember these sutras, we will remember the entire text, or we can understand the entire text. Then he's talking about Sampragyat Samadhi. I think I'm doing a little fast. Let me do it a little slow, and let me make it a little visible for you all. Now, Ishwar Pranidhan, and then he's talking about Ishwar, 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 Ishwar. Then he put it as this beautiful word Antaraya. He just put it one seed in our mind, and then we want to know about Antaraya. And then this is beautiful sutra. It has nothing to do with anything. I love this sutra, so I've just, out of love, I've just highlighted. And then this sutra is telling us that what we get if we will focus in these tattvas. I'm just showing you. I'll only show you the first part so that you can correlate that how it is working. So because it does not have entire explanation. Then this is all correlated. If you see that, here he's talking about in 41 sutra, he's talking about Sampragyata Samadhi, and if you see, he's continuously talking about Sampragyata Samadhi, and he in 48th sutra he has given us the beautiful treat of Ritambara Pragya, and then we want to know more about Ritambara Pragya, which is he's doing in 49 and 50. And then here, if you see that we are here in our second pada, which is Tapaswadhyaya, and then he has put it one seed of klesha in our mind, and now we want to know everything about kleshas, and then the sutras are related to kleshas. Now we want to know that what are the reason behind these kleshas. Because Patanjali or your Acharya is saying that you have 5 kind of problems. Let's say we are going somewhere and somebody is saying that you have 5 kind of problems. You might meet a snake, you might meet anything which can be hurdle. Then you would want to know why these hurdle. I mean, I don't want these hurdle. I want to reach straightforwardly. So then your guru will say, because you did something wrong, or you did something in your past karma. So the karma ashay, the pot of your karmas is actually the base or the mool of your kleshas. And then the 13th sutra is all about your karmas, how they work. And all karmas are painful. Dukkhameva sarvam vivekina. Somebody who is vivekina. See how smart Patanjali is. He could actually could have removed the word vivekina. I'm talking about 15th sutra, but smartly he put it the word vivekina. Means a normal person can feel happiness or soreness by things, but somebody who is vivekina is actually a technical term. It means a person who understand what is right and what is wrong. So a Viveki will be somebody who understands the difference in between right and wrong. So see, it is exactly like you're a good boy, right? You're a good boy. You're not going to break the glass because you're a good boy. You are a good yogi. You are a Viveki. So if you're a Viveki, you are going to follow this rule that everything is in this world is painful. So this is how Acharya is actually pushing us towards a right thing or good thing or the thing we want. And so I have entire text, and in entire text I have actually marked the Adhara Sutras, which is actually telling us the